Hello everyone, my name is Zachariah, and welcome. Today we're going to be reacting to Skyblock Potato War 2 by Technoblade. If you haven't seen the first one, I have a reaction up on my channel already, or you can go check out the original. Both links will be at the bottom of the description below. Also, the link to the Potato War 2, which is what we're reacting to today, will be at the very top, along with Technoblade's channel. If you enjoy the video itself, you should go subscribe and leave a like on Technoblade's video. As for me, if you enjoy my reaction and commentary, go ahead and leave a like on this video and potentially subscribe if you want to see more. And before we get started, for those of you who do not know already, I am a former esports player, not at any professional level. I played for Dakota State University, got a scholarship to play Overwatch over there last year. I've been playing video games since I was about 2 or 3, starting with games like Mario Kart or Turok 2 on the Nintendo 64. And I personally have been playing Minecraft since I was about 11, and it's around the same time that I actually opened up my original YouTube channel where I post actual gaming content of my own over there. There is quite a bit of Minecraft there, so if you're interested, go ahead and check that out. Again, link will be in the description below. And now with all that out of the way, in a much faster pace than last time, let us begin the Potato War 2.
The other day I was farming potatoes by hand when a man visited my island and asked, "Why? Didn't you already win the potato war?" But no, the potato wars never ended. To understand how things ended up like this, we've got to go back to November. When I dethroned Squid Kid and became the #1 potato farmer in Skyblock, I went to his island and laughed at him for half an hour. Then my co-op members showed up, and we all started laughing at him. It was not a good day for Squid Kid. He updated it.
It's actually amazing. For those of you who maybe not remember or haven't seen the first one, he initially had rank #1 on there because he was the #1 potato farmer on the server. When Technoblade revealed to him that he beat him, he was telling him that he had a critical flaw, which he did, but he didn't actually show him that critical flaw. He told him that he just had the wrong number on the sign, and that was the flaw with his farm. False advertising. But, man, that's great. He actually changed it.
And then I left. Squid warned me that he wasn't giving up on rank #1, but I didn't care, so I uploaded the Great Potato War. But in the days after that, I did nothing. I'd spent so long working to become #1. Now that I had done it, I didn't feel anything at all. I had no idea what to do with myself. I mean, the video did all right, but not nearly enough to justify the time I had spent on it. And after I uploaded it, so many people started using potato minions that the price of potatoes dropped 30% in the auction house.
Technoblade's viewers are insane. To be able to farm so many potatoes versus like people like Techno and Squid who are making like 20 million potatoes in this time, to cause it to crash 30% when these guys are already making that many, you just understand how many people have to be farming potatoes and a good amount of them to crash at 30% when these guys are racing and not hardly crashing it at all. At all. Wow.
My plans to become rich had failed both in-game and in real life, but at least I had my potato rank. But when I visited Squid Kid's island 3 days later, what I found shocked me. He had 23 minion slots. Now, when I made the Great Potato War, some people criticized me for violating Sun Tzu's most basic tenet. Whatever you do, don't reveal all your techniques in a YouTube video. You fool. You moron.
For some reason, I don't feel like Sun Tzu said that. I just don't think he'd call someone a fool or a moron. Also, looking at the potato minions, I realized this while I was editing the previous video, is that the actual skins of the potato minions, like the top of their heads are colored, and they change colors per level of the minion. So you could tell that Squid Kid had pretty high level minions on the blue head ones, but when he went to like that last hole, the last one, the head was red. I just sort of picked up on that while editing, and I was like, oh, that's a cool way to show that they leveled up. I still wonder, though, if you're able to apply, like, custom skins to them. Probably not, but hey.
But my belief that the potato war was already over hadn't been baseless. Between my 3 extra minion slots, most of Squid's minions not being max level, and the price of catalysts skyrocketing due to needing the same materials as a new quest, Squid Kid would need almost 100 million coins to catch up. and I knew for a fact he was broke. I decided to do some investigative journalism. I'd seen a new sign on Squid's Island advertising his new guild, so I did what any normal person would do and bought another alt account, and then I infiltrated the guild.
This guy just has money to throw, money to burn. Like, that's his third alt account. You know you can change like the username of alt accounts, right? I don't think Squid's gonna check every single guild member, especially if it's open to join publicly. Like, like any regular person. I just bought another $27 Java Edition account.
But what I found confirmed my worst fears. People were helping Squid Kid. I'd cyberbullied Squid too hard. People had seen the video, felt bad, and gone to his island to hand him the spare items he needed to make more slots, or in some cases just pay him millions of coins, all with the express purpose of defeating Technoblade once and for all. Now I can't complain about other people getting free stuff, but watching tens of millions get given to my arch nemesis by my own viewers, it was a bruh moment. In a week, he had a
It
farm
was a
even
bra
stronger than my
moment.
own. My
Okay.
worst fears had been realized. Squid was catching up. If I wanted to remain number
Oh?
one, I had to act fast. Once more, I consulted the wisdom of ancient times. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt.
That's actually a really cool quote. I really like that. But I'm wondering, just like for the entire thing of this series, is Squid Kid like just the only real enemy to Technoblade, the only real threat, or is it more people that are gonna come in to carry the torch per se? I'm starting to think it's just going to be Squid Kid because it looks like he has a full organization now, completely backing him with like the guild. Um, and I feel like when you have that much publicity, unless it's another YouTuber going after technically, like another major big name YouTuber, I don't think anybody else can now really compete because Squid's automatically got more support than any other person trying to do it.
I couldn't let Squid learn of my plans, so I boarded up the Potato Dome. I hired goons and swore them to secrecy. I knew Squid would be monitoring my actions, so I started an SMP series to throw him off the trail. And like that, I began my plan. I knew there was only one way to defeat Squid once and for all, by building a farm so powerful it reached the theoretical potato limit. And to do that, I would have to do something no solo player had ever done before: unlock the 24th minion slot. It wasn't going to be easy. Fortunately, I'd already reached 100 million coins by selling potatoes before prices had fallen. I paid my goons to start
100
gathering the resources
million?
we needed, whether that was by purchasing
Sorry, I need
directly
to
from
clean my ear there. I'm
NPCs
not
or
sure I heard that
scouring the
right.
auction house 24/7. In the meantime, I headed to the Spider's Den, where I fought Tier 4 Tarantula bosses until I reached Spider Slayer 5, unlocking the Tarantula minion, which gave several new minion crafts. Progress was steady, but we soon encountered an obstacle: enchanted mud, and it was such a useless item that even if you had the money to pay for it, nobody was selling it on the auction house. I had to go on a manhunt to find someone who was actually using sheep minions so I could trade for it directly. This guy says he has some enchanted button for me. Wait, you're not pulling a Foogle, are you? You wanted some enchanted sugar cane, so that's the approximate equivalent
Not
in
pulling
value.
a food.
Pleasure doing business with you, Foogle. I partially forgive you for your past crimes. Alright.
Is Fugel like someone that has been in his videos previously? I took a brief look at Technoblade's channel after the first one and saw like he had more Skyblock videos other than the Potato War ones. So I assume maybe Fugel might have scammed him or something, or lied to him in a previous video. I don't know. If you guys know, please let me know in the comment section. I'm interested. I want to know who's who.
It took 3 days and over 80 million coins, but we finally got
80
all the
million.
materials we need to craft. Just look at this. It's beautiful. It's so organized. These are enough to make 50 unique crafts, and then we'll have 24 minion slots. So we're just gonna speed up the crafting here.
Jesus. Took 45 minutes to edit. Was that all 50 of like the dings being like every single unique craft? And if it took him like 45 minutes to edit, how long was that actually? Actually, to be fair, thinking about it, editing can take a lot longer than actually even doing that process, especially with the format that he just did it to get the right ding sound 50 times and speed it up at that space. Yeah, I could actually see that taking that long. I actually wouldn't doubt that it'd be even longer than that, but man.
We did it, boys! The 24th minion was up, and my farm was now producing 1,067,000 potatoes per day. I now had the maximum number of minions, but if I wanted to make the greatest possible potato farm, there was still one upgrade I needed to get. An upgrade even dumber than all the past upgrades combined. Unfortunately, the website I used to stock Squid Kid's auction bids revealed that he was already working on it. I had no other choice. I once said that the most useless item in the game is a minion expander, but that was before I learned about the flycatcher. The flycatcher is an upgrade which increased minion speed by 10%, 5% more than the minion expanders I was currently using. Oh, but Technoblade, that sounds great. Wrong. You would not believe how difficult it is to make a flycatcher. First, you need a fly swatter, which drops from less than 1% of high-level tarantula bosses, and then you need over 10 million coins worth of tarantula silk. To give you guys a quick visual of how many materials we're gonna need some of this, a little bit of this too, some of this, some of that, some of these, and a little bit of that. And if we combine all of that together, we can make one flycatcher. I need 24 of these.
That's amazing. It's absurd, but amazing. To think he needs 24 of those amount of double chests, and to drop from 1% less than 1% of tarantula bosses. How hard are tarantula bosses? Are they just like hard to get to spawn? Are they hard to get the kill on? Maybe it's like a final hit sort of thing. Like you need to get the final hit, and there might be a ton of people going for them. Um, or are they actually just hard to fight? Because it sounds like it's an issue to fight them, not necessarily to grind them. Especially when he briefly showed the clip. I mean, it might have just been the end of the fight, but it looked like he was just sort of AFK there, barely hitting it. You know, like he was just sort of AFK grinding them. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section if you do know, because I'm actually interested. All
It
right,
was a daunting task, but I knew we had to start immediately. I'd been stalking Squid Kid's Twitter, so I knew he was a college student, and it was late November. Exam
still
season,
stalking.
Squid Kid would be at his weakest. We had to get as many flycatchers as we could before winter break.
All right, in the previous video, the stalking was more of a joke, right? This guy's literally watching like his Twitter, following him on like his social media, trying to figure out his life, and figures out he's a college kid. So he plans around his exam season so he can get an edge on like him. Like he's actually stalking this guy just to beat him in potato farming, not even in a game, in a game inside of a game.
I once more gathered my goons and ordered them to acquire the needed materials. My main problem was money. I still had a few tens of millions of coins left over, but if I wanted 24 flycatchers, that wasn't even close to enough. Fortunately, the Potato Dome was making over 3 million coins per day, not including the cost of buying catalyst, which was not an issue for me. Remember when I flexed on all of you with my chest full of catalysts? Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I was holding back. One of the things I did to
Yeah, it's
raise
like
money
two
was
fly
grind
swatters
candy
in there.
during spooky festivals, which is how I unlocked this skeleton horse pet, which was a huge flex back in November, and now nobody cares at all. But the important thing about this skeleton horse pet is that there's actually a bug that most people don't know about. The skeleton horse can trample crops on other people's
No.
islands.
No way. That's amazing. He can literally just trample the crops. Like, does that. Can the potato minion still, like, plow the ground and then place potato? Or does the ground have to be plowed? Because that's horrible if it has to be plowed. He literally can just ruin the entire farming system.
Just kidding. I'd never do something
Oh,
like that.
never
Because
mind.
I'm a good person. It
Oh.
turns out it's really easy to glitch through doors, so the people visited my island formed an orderly queue to wait their turn to break into the dome. This community is the worst. Getting tarantula silk was taking weeks, but
That's
getting the fly
amazing.
swatters was actually quite easy. Sure, it's an incredibly rare boss drop, but the thing is, it's only useful for making flycatchers, an item which literally only 2 people on the server were going for, which is how my alt account ended up in a bidding war with Squid Kid. Uh, why? Why did he? He sent me a party invite. Now he's in the guild chat, pomme de terre, and I've been kicked.
Techno got caught. That's amazing. That's actually great. Oh. Well, looks like he's just gonna need another, account.
The people breaking into the dome have now started a potato cult. I don't know how to feel about this. It ended up taking 5 weeks of constant grinding, but on Christmas Eve, we finally had 24 flycatchers. This was largely thanks to this man who used his expert business skills to outsource the work to dozens of Skyblock tryhards, ultimately contributing 3,000 stacks of tarantula webs, for which I paid over 100 million
3,000?
coins. We'd finally done
3,000 stacks. I mean, he's outsourcing it, so I'm assuming like he knows what he's getting paid by Techno, and is then just paying other people to get that. But that's absurd. 3,000 stacks, bruh.
it. We
Now that's a
created the
bruh moment.
strongest possible potato farm, producing 1,129,000
He's over a million.
potatoes per day.
Wow.
Unfortunately, Squid's army wasn't slacking off either, and 2 weeks later, he too had the strongest theoretical potato farm. Now, the only way for him to catch up would be to farm potatoes by hand, and he had already started. I spent 10 hours constructing a gigantic potato farm covering over 21,000 blocks. For the next part of my plan, I
10
went to Pigacle.
hours.
Yeah, this is mine now.
Legendary sword? Holy crap. Well, okay.
You just rob it and sell it.
I'll just be taking this. Oh, this is good. I've been pretty broke recently. If you're wondering why I borrowed one of the strongest weapons in the game, it's because the Reaper Scythe has an ability that's crucial for farming potatoes. Now that I had it, I could finally...
That's actually amazing. It's like they're literally emphasizing how much this thing cost, how powerful it is of a weapon. It's a legendary weapon. You see the stats. You see Pigacle being afraid to even hand it to Techno. And what does it do? It's just there for tilling dirt. I mean, he probably could have made a hoe itself. Wait.
My...
It wasn't taking durability, so he could hoe it all in one go. It was to save time. That's amazing. And he has a beacon set up probably with speed as well.
farm is finally complete, and it only takes 85 minutes to replant. I made an AFK machine on my island so planted potatoes
No
would keep growing even when
way.
I wasn't online. For a few days in January, there was a bug affecting a lot of farming minions. Potato minions were only making 33% the potatoes they were supposed to. Like any normal person, I immediately asked myself, how can I use this information to destroy my enemies? Hey, Squid, notice anything about your minions lately? Yeah? I farmed potatoes for so
That's
long that I
amazing.
began to
Just
question
telling
my
him
sanity. I
things.
knew it was bad when one time, after finishing planting potatoes, I took a nap, and when I woke up I had no idea how long I'd been asleep, but when I checked my farm, I instantly knew, ah, these potatoes have been growing for 3.5 hours. Shut up, I don't have a problem. Overall, Squid ended up farming over 1 million potatoes by hand. In that same time, I farmed over 5 million. I had to replant this entire
Jesus.
field 19 times. Every day I monitored Squid's live streams on Twitch to the point where I amassed 9,000 channel points. I made sure to farm potatoes.
Okay, 85 minutes, 19 times. It's like an hour and a half each time. He's spent over 24 hours replanting. And nine over 9,000, basically 10,000, we'll just say, channel points, and it takes 5 minutes, I believe, for 10. So he's literally spent 50,000 minutes watching his channel, unless Squid has changed his multiplier things, yada yada, on Twitch. But jeez, that's crazy. This guy is literally obsessed. He's literally stalking him.
Whenever he was live to demoralize him.
Is he really
I
planting
wouldn't doubt this
potatoes
guy knows
too?
what
We're gonna
college he
go
goes
check.
to, even.
This dude has a mental illness.
As time went on, you could begin to hear the hope draining from his voice.
That's a
I just
mental
can't
illness,
believe
I...
how much he's farming. We need Minecraft Mondays to come back.
At this point, I was pretty confident in winning the potato war, but the problem is I had no idea how large my lead was. I can see my own potato count and what rank I am, but Squid has disabled the API setting that allows other people to see exactly how many potatoes he's at. Little does he know I have spent the last 4 months meticulously updating a spreadsheet of our potato counts, which I did by crawling through his farm.
Wait a second. I'm going back. I want to take a look at this.
Meticulous.
So, Squid, he has his potato... He's actually. This is an actual thing. You can literally see 14 from 14 to 16 tier 9 minions, which means he's got 6 more thousand. He's literally doing this. Jeez. What?
Update in a spreadsheet of our potato count.
And then he has at the bottom 21 to 23 tier 9 minion. That means he's completely done, and he puts catalysts there.
Which I did
Meaning
by
he
crawling
has his
through his
catalyst.
farm and
Jeez.
timing each of his minions with the stopwatch every day to
Oh my god, and I see how he snuck in too. He used the skeleton horse pet to sneak into his one thick thing so you can't normally walk through it or see what's in there. This guy is literally insane.
calculate his exact potato output. Based on the math, I should be about 22 million potatoes ahead, which would take over 200 hours of farming by hand to catch up. At that point, I thought the potato war was truly over. But everything changed with the pet update. The first change
I just read news on Avatar: The Last Airbender that there's potentially a new animated series coming out on top of the already confirmed live action of the actual television series. So when he said it all changed, I was just waiting for when the Fire Nation attacked. That's all I was waiting for.
flycatchers got buffed to plus 20%, instantly increasing my potato farm's yield to 1,231,000 potatoes per day. Of course, the main part of the pet update was the pets themselves. I immediately started looking for a pet that would help me win the war. Unfortunately, none of the pets seemed geared towards potato farming. The best option I could find was the rabbit pet, which gave a small boost to your farming experience. A higher farming level gives you a small chance to get extra potatoes when you farm them by hand, so I figured the rabbit pet would probably help me farm potatoes, maybe 1% faster. It could be epic at worst, but we want legendary, please. It turned out rabbit pets had a secret third ability that only legendary variants had, which increased the speed of farming minions by up to 30%.
If he maxed out that level pet's legendary ability, 30% with what he just put has got to be like 1.6 million. That's absurd.
And Squid had no idea it existed. I had to level up my rabbit as fast as possible, and since pet experience is based on skill experience,
no way
I decided to grind
this.
alchemy. You see, alchemy is the rich man's skill, alright? If you have the money to burn on expensive ingredients, you can level up insanely quickly. And this was almost 2 months after I'd finished spending all my money on flycatchers. I had money to burn. I spent so many hours brewing potions that I ended up ranked 4 globally in alchemy. You want to know what level my rabbit is today? 96. It's not even max. This experience requirement is ridiculous.
He used alchemy so much that he's already in an alchemy war now. He's not just fighting the potato war. He's now in an alchemy war. He's number 4, and he's just trying to level a pet. What the heck?
And in this time, Squid was fishing to level up his epic squid pet. It wasn't until 4 days after the update that he learned about the legendary rabbit and got one of his own. But it was too late. His pet sucks. It's level like 65 or something. Thanks to the rabbit pet, my minions now produce 1,586,000 potatoes per day.
Basically
It's difficult to
1.6.
calculate exactly what my potato lead is right now because the rabbit pet only works when you're online, but the pet update has definitely pushed it to at least 25 million. Since the war began, I have farmed 158 million potatoes, which in hot potato books is over 6,000. I ain't losing this spot. One last thing I'd like to mention. While I was stalking Squid on my alt, the entire lobby was just piling on him in the chat. They were just hating on him. You see, after the first Potato War video, Squid got 40,000 subscribers in the YouTube rank, and ever since then he's been getting hate because, oh my god, he just got YouTube rank because of Technoblade, it's all luck, he sucks. I just like to take a moment to defend Squid Kid and say it's not all luck. I mean, luck was obviously a big factor, nobody's denying that, but the thing is, most opportunities are created by luck. It takes skill to grasp those opportunities and turn it into success. The original Potato War video would have been so much less funny if Squid wasn't number 1 and it was just some random boring guy. Now I talked to Squid afterwards, he's an adult. He doesn't care at all, but I care, alright? So if you see Squid in a lobby, say something nice to him, compliment his hair or something, because he's been dealing with cringe hate for too long, man. We gotta help him. That being said, if Squid Kid thinks he can take my potato rank, he'd better go farm for 1,000,000 years. It ain't happening, dude. You think I've been insane in this video? Wrong. There's actually so many techniques and strategies that I can't even put in this video because he hasn't discovered them yet. I'm keeping them in reserve. You have no idea. This man's been playing checkers while I've been farming potatoes. He's through.
still another great video. I think I like the original better, but wow. And he's at the very end there. He holds on to the viewer by saying that he has so many more things he has yet to reveal. And you know, like any other YouTuber, I'd probably be like, yeah, okay. It's probably one or two things that's pretty small, but they're gonna push it to be something massive. With how crazy this has already gotten, I mean, they were racing for like what in the original video, 20 million, and they're at like 150. Like what? I don't know. I believe him. I believe that he has something big, and you know the war definitely didn't end there because there's a finale here, the Potato War 3, that is right on our screen right now. But we'll be checking that out another time. So if you guys did enjoy, please subscribe. If you'd like to see more, leave a like. I reversed those. I'm doing really well. All right. So was my brain. Let's not talk about that. Anyways, have a nice day, guys. Farewell.